Okay, now moving on to prefix. When you have one of the hollow verbs in a prefix, the middle vowel remains in just a normal imperfect form. So that, it would be yasim, for instance, or takumu. Takumu, right? You see the shuruk vav there remains, the hirik yod there remains. It's yavo, right? So the whole verb in all of its parts, all of its letters, remain intact in the imperfect. But if you move into the vav consecutive, which is often a slightly contracted form of the imperfect, the vav consecutive, you lose the middle root letter. Okay? So va ya sam. Va ya sam. Or a tricky one, va ya comb, with a kametz hatuf, vayakom. And the emphasis is here, vayakom, vayasem, vayavo, vayashov. The accent is moved towards the beginning of the word, making this a kametz hatuf. But again, the main thing to remember is that you're going to have this kametz under the prefix. Whether it's a vav consecutive or just a simple imperfect, that kametz before the prefix is what's going to stand out to you. Two other things to say. The participle and the perfect form in the third masculine singular and the third feminine singular are identical forms. So ba and ba'a are both the third masculine singular or third feminine singular affix, perfect form, and they're also the feminine singular absolute or masculine singular absolute participle forms. Excuse me. And so context will just determine for you whether it's one or the other, because the form will not determine it for you. Finally, here is a portion of Jonah 1:3. I'll stand on this side so you can see me. This is a portion of Jonah 1:3, which is your verse for the week. And it has a hollow verb in it. Fancy that. So I'd like to walk through it with you. Here we have an imperfect vav consecutive form where all three root letters are remaining. Vayimtza, you know it's a pa'al. It's got the hirik here, followed by a shiva. And the patach is there instead of the holum because of the aleph, vayimtza. And he found, or happened upon, Onia, a boat. Ba'a, okay, here's our hollow verb because the kametz hey is our third feminine singular affix, and it is so because its subject is feminine. Onia, kametz hey, feminine noun. Third feminine singular affix, we know it's a hollow verb because if you take the affix off, you're only left with two root letters, and the kametz there is telling you I am a hollow verb. And we know because it's this one that it's a vav. But you might not know. If it's an unfamiliar word, if it's not one of your vocab words or something and you don't know how to spell it, there's only two options for what it could be. So you just go to your lexicon and you look up bait vav aleph, and then you look up bait yod aleph and look for the form, and perhaps even look for the reference. Sometimes you'll even have the verse you're working on referenced in the lexicon, and see what fits better. And then Tarshish is the city. So, and he found a boat going to, heading for Tarshish. And so that is all she wrote on hollow verbs.